Hello everyone and welcome to our video on the history of Nike. From its humble beginnings as a small shoe company in the 1960s to becoming one of the world's most recognizable and successful brands, Nike's story is one of innovation, determination, and a relentless drive to be the best. In this video, we will take a look at the company's early days, its key milestones and innovations, and the impact it has had on the world of sports and fashion. So sit back, relax, and join us as we delve into the fascinating history of Nike. Regardless of whether you possess a pair of Nike shoes, the company is one of the most famous globally. It is its narrative. Want to know the history of Nike? Keep watching. You won't believe Phil Knight, now a millionaire businessman, started his profession as a sports writer and bookkeeper. In the late 1950s, he won awards for his track accomplishments as a center runner in a higher education institution. Phil studied at Stanford with a master's business administration degree 2 years before establishing Nike. Phil founded Blue Ribbon Sport to bring high-quality, low-cost shoes from Japan into the American market, which was a great idea at that time. The firm had expanded to 50 workers just 7 years later, in 1971. Phil selected a shoe company in Mexico that Adidas recommended to produce his shoes when his cooperation with the Japanese footwear provider ended. He also required a new title for his first order of leather flat-soled shoes that he intended to advertise as soccer shoes. Searching for the greatest name, he took a poll of his staff and came up with a suggestion himself, Dimension 6, which everyone has dismissed as being unimaginably awful. However, he couldn't come up with fresh names since he was under a time crunch from the manufacturing, the advertising department, and the United States Patent and Trademark Office, where he needed to submit papers for his new shoe. He got one additional idea at the last moment via Jeff Johnson, the firm's first worker. He said the word Nike appeared to him through a nightmare the day before. It was the nickname of the Greek flying god of triumph and was short and powerful due to the K letter. It possessed all the elements of an excellent brand identity that remains in buyers' memory. Phil picked Nike with just a few seconds to select. The remainder is history. In 1978, the firm changed its title from Ribbon Sport to Nike. The intriguing backstory of Nike's iconic slogan, "Just Do It." Nike was about to launch its first big television promotion in 1987, including spots for jogging, hiking, cross-training, basketball, plus women's fitness. The advertisement was created and managed by the creative firm. A distinct creative department created each commercial, and Dan Whedon, the agency's founder, believed the campaign required a slogan to tie together everything. Dan said in a 2009 advertising documentary that he was inspired by a condemned murderer's final remarks to the public before his execution, "Let's do it." Nike didn't think the phrase was necessary for the ad, but they authorized it anyway. "Just do it" is one of the most well-known catchphrases. This simple phrase motivates athletes worldwide to quit anxious thoughts and take the initial step in just 3 words. That's the end of it. Why? Nike and Michael Jordan, the partnership that catapulted Nike to worldwide prominence and brand exposure. Adidas was a $1 trillion corporation, an international organization that dominated the sports footwear business in 1983. Nike is already a formidable rival, nibbling at the company's position and seeking a method to topple it. Michael Jordan was indeed the uncontested star of basketball in 1984. He desired to sign for Adidas. However, Nike gave him a better offer, $500,000 annually for 5 years, plus the possibility to develop his shoe line. Michael Jordan accepted Nike's offer after consulting with his parents. The following year, Nike released the first set of Air Jordans. The new sneaker was a huge success. Within the agreement's first year, the firm sold $126 million in Air Jordans. Every year of Jordan's playing career, a new version of the sneaker was released. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as the most successful player in the history of the NBA, earned $1.3 billion through his 36-year collaboration with Nike. His long-term work with Nike enabled the company to become the world's top sports shoe producer. Nike has aided in the growth of sneakerhead culture. The sneakerhead lifestyle originated in the 1970s, but Nike's partnership with Michael Jordan aided its worldwide expansion. The Economic Times reported last year that the shoe resale business was worth close to $2 billion. Nike's Jordan brand continues to lead shoe sales, collecting $3.14 billion in sales through May 2018 and May 2019. The Air Jordan 1 is generally regarded as the sneaker that gave birth to brands like Nike. This year, the business has also emerged as one of the world's largest and most expensive brands. Michael Jordan's game-worn, signed Nike Air Jordan 1S from 1985 was bought at a Sotheby's auction for $560,000, giving them the most costly shoes ever purchased. The Nike Mag, which Marty McFly wore when he time traveled to 2015 in the 1989 film Back to the Past, is the oldest and most coveted shoe ever created. Despite dissolving, the shoe sold in 2018 for $92,100. He donated the funds generated to Michael Fox's Parkinson's Research Organization. Who is the most devoted sneakerhead? The largest sneakerhead is businessman Miles Nadal, who paid over $1.2 million in a Sotheby's auction in 2019 on a rare collection of shoes. One of the most important artifacts in Nike's lengthy history was a set of 1972 Nike Waffles Racing Flat Moon shoes in the collection. Nike Company today? In all, Nike runs 1,096 actual stores throughout the globe. The 56-year-old business is the biggest sports shoemaker in the world, with a projected market share of 28% and 2019 sales of 35 billion euro, ahead of Adidas with 24 billion euro. Community support and giving back are two of the brand's main pillars. To do this, Nike has established several funds. The Nike Community Impact Fund supports community-based groups in America and Europe. Nike School Innovation Fund collaborates with Oregon school administrators to raise graduation rates and to better prepare kids for post-secondary education and professions. By encouraging children to be active, Nike N7 brings about good change for the next population of Native American and Aboriginal youngsters. More than 5,700 workers of Nike contribute to communities all around the globe via the Nike Community Ambassadors Program by offering top-notch coaching for children to participate in sports and play. The company is fearless in stirring up controversy to defend its principles. Some individuals lit their Nike shoes on fire when the 2018 Dream Crazy advertisement debuted, while others complimented the company for acting morally. Nike is one of the most innovative companies in the world and will endure the test of time because it combines innovation, amazing online and offline consumer experiences, community participation, and contemporary designs.